Fuck fun and spicy.
And fuck you too, America.
Fuck everyone.
What's
Whoa,
up, guys?
holy shit. What? No. Hold on. Don't even do the intro yet. Don't
What?
even welcome everybody.
What?
What is she doing here?
Dude.
Wazzy,
look,
you're back.
I'm back.
it's back, dude. You know what I'm saying? We had to beg and plead, cry and both knees.
Please come back. Do the show.
Yeah.
I was like,
I
so
can't
what? You know how hard
No.
it is to convince somebody to do the show and not pay them?
The problem, that's true.
It's like,
But
you
I
gotta
can't
be
produce
here on
this shit
time.
myself, dude.
You gotta be here on time. You know?
Hey, when I was here, I was always here on time.
She was always here on time. She never was late.
That's like
That's
me,
your-
you know. When I
Your
get,
job
when I
is
get-
to be late.
When I get work, when I get to work, I'm on my time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never late. It's my time.
You
know?
do great in Hawaii, buddy. They work from 11 until noon and have an hour for lunch.
I'd still be late.
You actually, in China, the government, like official government jobs, like hospitals, any government agencies, anything like that, they have a break, and sometimes restaurants too. They have a break from like 2 to 4 every day. You take a nap.
Yeah, but they do like 12-hour shifts, right?
They work long, yes.
Yeah, I'm
That's
not
the
sure.
thing.
It's
So that's the
nap time,
thing.
though.
That's what you don't realize when it comes to that.
Now
is
I
that
will say
they're
this though. You know
doing
what
a
I'm saying?
15-hour shift, you know.
Yeah, I'm about to say, and I will say this now. I do believe that we should have nap pods at work. You know what I'm saying? Just let me go back there. But I mean, again, I need an hour, at least an hour, to get in there.
So let's talk about that for a second. Today, it's about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I got my house shit done. I'm like, I'm gonna go take a nap, and I'm sitting there in my bed with my phone trying to set my alarm, and I'm trying to figure out what's the best time for napping, or what's the best length of a nap.
Oh, my naps.
Is it an
My
hour?
naps
Is it 25 minutes? Is it
my
4
my
hours?
naps are 2 hours.
No, your naps are 6 hours, motherfucker. You're like, I'm gonna take a nap, and you're late for the show.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I allow my body to do what it does. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. If my body says I'm tired for 12 hours straight, then I'm tired for 12 hours straight. I don't know what to tell you.
What about you, Lozzie? What's your perfect nap time?
Perfect nap time. I guess it depends on the day, but honestly, probably like 2-hour nap.
2 hours.
Yeah, but I honestly can do like 30 minutes or 20 minutes too. It just depends. Like
I can't
if
do a
have-
30-minute nap. I'd wake
Yeah.
up disoriented. Like,
If I
See,
have
anything
sometimes
after
I've had
that.
like 30-minute like lunches or something like that, and I'll go lay down for 20 minutes and I'll be fine when I wake up.
oh man.
But other than that, usually 2 hours. Well, I don't know. I think any sleep is okay. I think if I do any more than 2 hours though, I'm not waking up.
Right? Like that at some point it turns from nap into sleep.
Yeah.
I try to
think
go into a
even at
deep sleep
2
even when I
hours,
nap.
it's- Yeah.
Well, I want to go into a deep sleep when I nap. I like my dreams. I have fun with my dreams, right? It's a good time. But I
I'll
know
try to
that if I take a nap because my kids come home at like 3, right? If I take a nap at 1, I have to be up by 1:45. Otherwise, by the time the kids come home, I'm a zombie walking around. I get a little cranky. You know me when I'm cranky.
Oh, we know. Trust me.
Oh,
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure the viewers know.
So,
You know what I'm
know,
saying?
I got to be careful with my nap time.
See, I can't. I've now. Granted, if
Wait, what did that say? What did that say? I'll take a
it says
15-minute nap at work during my breaks. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I try to do. We get 30-minute lunch, so I try to do a 15-minute nap, but I can't because it's gonna take me like 8 minutes to fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? And then by that time, I'm pissed
And then
off.
you got to wake up and get back into work. So it's like
Yeah.
extra minutes. I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but like, I mean, I need that good sleep, a good hour break, and I can take a 40-minute nap.
Yes. Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like-
I feel that.
It takes me about I can fall into a deep sleep within 20 minutes.
Can you fall asleep anywhere? Both of
Yeah,
you?
hell yeah, dude! I'll fall asleep next to somebody's dying grandma. I don't care.
Yeah. My wife said I could fall asleep hanging from my feet.
Yeah, dude.
It
You know
depends
what
on
I'm
how
saying?
tired I am, honestly.
I fall
So-
asleep right now.
Do you guys have any? Now I know we're off topic for today's show about our kids because God damn it, I've got a bunch to bitch about. But I'm just curious about the sleep thing. Do you guys have any way that you use to fall asleep? Like when you know that you're tossing and turning and you're not ready for sleep, do you run through something in your head? So I'll tell you. First off, my wife's because I asked her the same thing, and she said what she does. Yeah, you don't want to go into a deep sleep for a nap.
I do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I do. I want to go to sleep.
So if my wife is having trouble sleeping, she'll just see like a series of doorways in front of her, and she'll just open the doorways, kind of like counting sheep. Walk through the next, open the door, walk through the next, open the door. She's out.
Yeah, that's
Me,
possession, dude. You might want to get her checked out.
dude. Every night when I go to sleep, I go upstairs, I cuddle in. I'm a tummy sleeper, so I grab the pillow under my head, I put it to the side, I close my little spicy eyes, and I have this Jedi Star Wars story that I've been continuing since I was like 18. I'm almost 50. And it's about this Jedi guy. And I always think about like this little story. I run through the movie in my head of this little Jedi thing. And then at some point I'm asleep. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm fighting, sometimes I'm not. There was a part of like 3 years ago, there was a part of that fucking dream sequence where I was like trying to be a mob boss to infiltrate and close down the mob for the Jedis. You know what I mean? It was all Star Wars-y and whatever, but
Yeah.
that's what I do. I have these little stories I make up.
I don't know, dude. What's up, Elijah?
What do you do? What's up, man?
To me, it depends. Like, if I'm gonna take a nap, this is my thing. All right. So let's say I'm in the car on my break. I kick my shoes off. First things 1st. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Kick the shoes off, and I turn my radio up, and I put on piano sleep music. Like, it is like classical piano with the rain in the background.
What
And
I
that's-
listen to when I'm on a mushroom trip.
That's what I go to sleep with. You know what I'm saying? Like, honestly, like that helps me. But if I'm in bed, dude, as soon as I can't even watch, like I've grown accustomed to just like my body being in that bed and going to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can't lay down and watch TV. I can't sit up in my bed and watch TV. No, it doesn't work anymore. Like as soon as I hit that bed, So I mean, but
So
like I
you're
said,
out before you hit the pillow, even.
No, I mean I still gotta get comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm a tummy sleeper as well.
Mhm.
But luckily for me, I was gifted for Christmas a pregnancy pillow. Yes.
Really?
Yes. Get you one.
So tell me about it first. What does it look like?
Okay, so so picture like a U, and
Mm-hmm.
picture a
just put
candy
your
cane.
belly right
It's a
in
candy
there?
cane.
Okay.
Okay, so a candy cane. The smaller end goes on your back. The longer end wraps around your front, so you can hug it, and it goes between your legs.
Shut up.
And then your arm goes under. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
Really?
oh, dude, yes,
Really?
yes.
It's like hugging.
Like I
why
said,
don't
you
just
don't
hug
need
your
to be
girlfriend?
pregnant. I'm gonna say it right now for
No, no,
everybody
no.
out there. You don't need to be pregnant to get a pregnancy pillow.
I just want to
Get
know.
one.
I just want to know if it has a anime chick on it.
No, dude, I tried. It has a couple of holes in it, though. You know what I'm saying? No.
What about you, Lozzie? What's your sleep pattern? Like, if you're having a tough time sleeping, what do you do?
If I'm having a tough time sleeping, for naps, usually I don't
What's up,
have
Stranger Things
tough
fan?
time sleeping. I just go lay down and I just set my timer, and I'll just like go to sleep. Like,
Now, are you
close
guys
my
snorers?
eyes.
That's the big question.
I'm
My
a
wife,
snorer.
dude.
For,
My wife's
like,
a sexy
normal
diesel
sleep-
engine.
For normal,
All night.
Well, since when she falls asleep, she dreams she's a lawnmower.
I'm a cute sleeper. Thanks.
Oh my god, no, I'm not. I'm gonna tell you right now. Don't look at me when I wake up. It's horrible.
No, I have a story that I wrote a while ago, and kind of like you, I go through my story kind of thing. If I have a hard time sleeping, it's really hard because I have night terrors and nightmares a lot. So like,
So, what is the difference between a night terror and a nightmare? If you don't
Yeah, I
mind
was
me
going to ask the same
so
thing.
like, I believe
Do you wake up
and-
screaming?
a night terror is like when you wake up super startled and like you feel like, I mean, in my
like your heart
situation-
beating fast and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Do you
and,
remember
like,
why you woke up that way?
Do you remember the dream?
sometimes, Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So have you
I-
ever done the whole, like, shot up straight in bed, like, sat up like a fucking...
The Undertaker.
Exorcist?
did?
No,
Chick.
but I've woke up saying things that I was saying in my dream.
Oh, I think we've all done that.
I had this one dream where I was in a nightmare, and there was this woman that we had to go check on, this demon type chick, and she
What were you,
was
an
like-
exorcist?
It was super
Yeah.
scary. And we had to, while we walked into this like dark room, like it was pitch black room, and you could only see her like every now and then, and she would like hang from the ceilings and like crawl around and stuff. and she had like these really long fingers, and it was creepy. And while you're in there, you had to say, "What's inside here can't get inside of me," or something like that.
You had to say it like in your dream. That
I
was
would have
the
said that
rules?
regardless. Huh?
Yeah,
That
like you
sounds
had
pretty
to
good.
walk through this area and like kind of keep an eye out because you couldn't always see her. But if you were saying this, it was kind of like this chant, and I woke up chanting it.
Really?
Yeah, and then I was like super scared of like the darkness in my room. Yeah.
I once woke up screaming the name Jackie.
Did your
And
wife hear that, dude?
She sure did, but she doesn't understand that Jackie is the name of my car. I love my car. I have a cool car.
Just
I
the
drive
fact,
my-
the mere fact that you're still here with us today, man, just goes to show how forgiving your wife is, dude. For
Oh
you
no,
to
I have
sit
no
there and
genitals.
call-
I have no genitals.
Oh,
She cut those
okay.
off, but I'm
Oh,
still
okay.
here, so we're good. She keeps those in her purse next to her fucking. And never mind.
I want to know what the other women out there would do, or the other anybody out there with a partner that would just. What would you do if your partner woke up and you just like watch them sleep and they're struggling and they wake up and they scream somebody else's name out?
Dude, my wife got mad at me because I cheated on her in a dream.
Wait, is it her
Got
dream or your
mad at
dream?
you?
Her dream. Yeah, she woke up. She was like,
God.
"Who the fuck is Cindy?" I'm like, "Who?" She's like, "You were cheating with her."
So let me ask
And
you
then it
this
was
though.
hold on. It was sour the rest of the fucking day.
Well, you should have been doing what you were doing. Dream hopping, you slut.
The problem is that we had sex the night before, like when that night. Like, when
And
she
you were
went to
probably
sleep.
thinking about Cindy.
No, motherfucker. But whatever it was, she took that, and that was an insult, dude. She's like, "Who the fuck is Cindy?" I'm like, "I don't fucking know."
So let me ask you a question.
You want a
dude.
cup of coffee? She's like, "I bet Cindy would like a cup of coffee."
So now your wife will tell you the dreams that she has where you have sex with somebody else. Will you tell your wife of the dreams you have when you have sex with somebody else?
Fuck and no.
Never.
Never. Never. Never. But you know, I'll be honest. In the 21 years we've been together, I've had maybe like steamy dreams about somebody else, maybe like 3-4 times. And it's only because, and I'll tell you the truth, it's my new cooks in the kitchen, the females. And I think it's just my brain processing who are they? What do they want? And so my brain puts it into a sexuality thing. So I dream about them being sexy with me. The problem is I go to work the next day. I can't look at them the fucking same. I'm like, this bitch is crazy. I saw what she did in my dream.
Don't touch me, slut. Get your hands off the asparagus.
Get your hands out of the dough. Stop
Stop touching the dough.
like
You know
that.
what you did with those hands?
I know what you are up to.
You succubus.
The succubus, is that what you fucking Jesus, dude?
I know why you're here. Jesus
Just wait
Christ.
till you start having dreams about the men at work.
Oh my God. I don't think, I can't sit there and say I don't know if I've ever had a homoerotic dream. I don't know. I can't sit here and say no that I haven't. I don't know.
Well, it depends on how often you remember your dreams, right? And it's
I
not
remember
your
my dreams a
fault.
lot,
It
but-
doesn't mean you're homo.
But I feel like if I was to have one, I would remember, or maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd push it to the back of my mind.
that's probably the thing. You're like, oh, spicy. You're so fucking beautiful. I love that bald spot. I want to lick it. And you just push it back to the back of your memory.
Dude, no, I'd remember that, dude. I'd do that right now.
Fucking guy. We forgot how long it was to have a female on the show. It's just become a boys' locker room in here. I'm sorry,
Just a
love.
big
This
sausage
doesn't even
fest,
bother
dude.
me though. I'm
Yeah, I
like one
know.
of the
We
guys.
love you. You're one of the boys. You're one of the guys. You've always been
Jesus.
one of the guys.
But going back, dude, to the dream thing, dude. You know, just dreams in general, guys. And I'm sorry, we'll get on topic once eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe not.
But the dream thing, you know, there's a lot of things that happen inside of dreams, especially with Laws talking about night terrors and stuff, dude. Like I've been pushed to dreams. I've been put in dream scenarios where the emotion, like especially like crying, the sadness, like the state of just overwhelming pressure, dude. I felt like I was crying for real. But
Have you
to
ever
my-
woken up crying?
No, but to my surprise, when I
Yeah,
wake up,
yeah.
I'm not crying. You know what I'm saying? But like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they're in there. You know, they're just not coming out.
Okay.
But you know, again, it takes a lot for me to cry. You know, we'll blame that on. I need to talk to a therapist about that. But no, but like these dreams have just been so powerful, dude. Where it just feels like I'm bawling my eyes out in my dream. And I can feel the pressure. You know how you get the sinus pressure?
Yeah, yeah, and the lump
I
in the throat, the whole thing.
I
up here. Yep.
feel and it's so real. But when I wake up, I'm like, boom, I'm fine.
Well, I think to get to the bottom of those, you need to figure out like what exactly is causing you to cry in your dream.
Depression.
Now, see, one of my dads, he'd fall asleep on the couch. What's up, TG Wolf?
That's my
Or
mama.
TW Wolf? TWG Wolf?
That's your
Golf?
mom?
That's my
TW
mama.
Golf. Oh,
Whoa,
that's your mom?
Laws's
Oh, what up,
mom.
lady?
Welcome.
Oh, shit. Mrs.
Welcome.
Laws is here? Mama Laws?
Yeah. Yeah.
Welcome
Look
to
out.
the
All
chat.
right, we have to clean up our language. So everything I was going to say, out the window. So, guys, how are you today? No, I'm just kidding. One of my dads so on Friday nights, it was pizza night, right? We'd watch pizza. We have pizza. We watch TGI Friday back in the day. And he'd fall asleep on the couch. And once a month, this guy would wake up fucking crying, like tears in his eyes, like we have to wake him up. Like, Daddy, wake up. He wake up, look around, but like literal.
Oh, you cut out, bro.
You're.
He hit his mic. Just give him a second, it'll be all right. But yeah, dude, like I said, until he comes back. But I don't know. I feel like if I wouldn't have woken up from my dream, I would have still been crying. Like I would have actually probably been brought to tears because of
Like
how powerful that dream. Yeah,
Like
and it was a
outside.
dream. It's always a dream, and I'll tell you what it is. It's always a dream about something happening to my kids. You know, and I think that's one of, and I honestly I believe
here,
it's
guys?
because it's one of my weak
Yeah.
points. Yeah, is my children. I think that's why that's one of my biggest fears is something happening to them, and why it moves me to such a powerful, sensation. But going back to what you were saying, Spicy.
Oh no, he'd wake up with the tears, and he would never remember what it. Either he didn't remember, or he wouldn't tell me. You know what I mean? Because he went through a terrible fucking past. So I'm sure that sometimes those dreams relive that stuff. But yeah, he was in a bad state. But I've never had that, like where I've either shot up straight in bed. Now I've had bad dreams where, like, you wake up, you dream about, like, your dad being an asshole or something. You wake up and what do? You watch your phone for a minute. I go outside, have a cigarette, I come back, go to bed, and I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's still the dream thing is crazy. I don't know. My big thing. So let's kind of take it back in a circle to the kids thing for today's topic. One of my big, the dreams that disturb me the most are the ones where my children get hurt, where something happens to the kids. You know what I mean? But fucking kids, dude. So we're late starting today because I got to go pick up my daughter from her school play, which she doesn't even like doing. She just wanted to try it out because her friends are in it. All of my kids have been sick for the last 3 weeks. You guys, yeah, cough it up, Lozzie. Exactly. You teasing me?
My mom.
As you guys know, I even missed a show because I was really fucking sick. And the last week's show and the week before that, I was just out of it. I didn't even do an Anson in the morning this week because I woke up I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
These goddamn kids, man. Now, Lozzie, I know you don't have kids, but what's your thing? Do you want kids? Have you ever wanted to have a child?
No.
Why?
I don't want to take care of something else.
You
She
already got
said
Ozzy, and he's
something
tearing
else.
down your set.
I think when I was working as a social worker, it was more like I had all these kids that I was working with, and I just didn't want to take on the responsibility of dealing with kids. Like, just, I feel like I was helping enough kids as it was, and I was in and out of homes, and I was being a mentor to teenagers and helping little kids with, their parents who were shitheads or abusers or, just like being that kind of like figure in their life, that adult figure in their life that they kind of needed just to kind of help guide them.
Okay.
And I don't know, I didn't want to feel also tied down to having kids, have to worry about, like, the thought of having to worry about what I'm going to do with my kids for the night if I want to go out is exhausting to me.
Right? It's true.
It's just like, and it's like, it's just the fact that, I don't know, it's just like, I want to be able to do things, and I just feel like it would hold me back, and I just don't want to be held back. And I can barely take care of myself these days, let alone, like, why am I going to try to take care of a child, you know?
I feel that.
So now I was actually talking to you, Spicy, about this earlier today, about this topic about regret, about, different choices, if we could go back and do things differently, which is kind of what I wanted to talk about today as well, and because I was thinking, these thoughts always cross. I don't care if you've been a parent for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. There's always going to be some thoughts in your mind that, what if I would have done something differently? And it doesn't mean that you regret. You're not a bad person. You're not a bad parent. You're not a bad brother, sister, whatever. Just to have these thoughts. It's just simply playing games in your mind to different scenarios.
Right.
And like I think about it all the time. I'm like, what if I wouldn't have had my kids? Would I have had more freedom? Would I have been a little bit? What if I would have waited? Would I have been a little bit more financially stable? What if I would have invested more? But these things come into play, and life has a way of just taking you through it. And I think we all go through what we inevitably need. Some of us are a little more hard-headed than others. And I agree that if you're still going through it, you're still hard-headed as hell. Mm-hmm. So, I think that we all go through our own things that lead us to become who we are supposed to be. The better versions of ourselves, until it's almost like getting punished until you learn to act right.
Right. That's about the fact too.
And you can take that into any kind of relevancy, whether it's relationships or what, what I'm saying. You're going to constantly fail in relationships and love if you consistently go after the same type of person. And I think everybody has gone through that at some point, where you got that bad type and you keep going after the same type and you wonder why it doesn't work.
Yeah.
What did he say? What did he say? It says he said what's the quote, dude? Where he said is it insanity is it?
Oh, the true definition of an insanity is trying the same thing over and over and getting the same result and still trying.
There you go.
And I agree with that. Look, dude, I'm a selfish motherfucker. So when I was with my first wife, which I don't talk about a lot because that was a terrible relationship, but she's like, I'm pregnant, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm like, oh, motherfucker, God damn it. Now, everything that we'd go to the Saturday market in Portland. We'd go out to eat. Now it's all over. Can't do that shit. And you can, but do I really want to make the world a miserable place by hearing, my daughter scream? You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
I understand, dude. Trust me. And like I said, I wish I could sit here and say that I had like one of those happy moments where my partner told me that they were pregnant, and I was like, yeah, like hug them and everything. I didn't.
It's hard.
As much as I love my kids now, and I don't regret anything, like as far as them being here, I was not in a position to be a parent back then. Now, again, granted, you have to live with what you did, you know what I'm saying? But I was in no position financially, mentally, to be a parent, and that's more or less where that resentment came from. Not because of I resented the fact that my daughter or I was going to have a child, but because of me not being ready at that particular point. I resented myself for who I was and the choices that I made at that particular time.
Now, see, I'm on the other end of that. I was a millionaire. I had money. I had so much money. I had the hugest house in fucking Portland. I mean, it was gigantic. And the problem was I didn't want to share it. I liked being able to drive a brand new car every year and to go out to eat with my wife at $150 meals, 3 times a week. And I didn't want to share it. And as soon as I did, dude, we live paycheck to paycheck almost now.
But
I've had to cash out investments for medical shit and this and that. And I need new shoes every fucking 3 weeks. And now that they're fucking 13, almost 13,
nails,
the boys, I need,
because
with me, right? It's all about the colognes. I love cologne. I like to smell good. Well, what do? They want to be like Dad. So now, what do I get them for Christmas?
Axe body spray.
I got them the scent fly. So every month they're getting new colognes, that come in the mail. It's just money after money. Can we walk down to the store? Can we go to this? Can we go to that? Can we have McDonald's tonight? No, I'm cooking fucking dinner like I do every goddamn. Now, Ozzy, I know you don't have kids, but you gotta kind of relate to this.
She's got a cat.
You got a cat.
No, she's over there smiling because she doesn't have to really do this.
That's the fact.
I do have a cat. I mean, I do have to worry, like, because I dog sit sometimes, right? I know this is not a child, but, like, I go and dog sit for families all the time. And I have to worry about, like, my cat, you know, like, who's going to take care of my cat while I'm gone dog sitting, house sitting, you know?
And that's also, like I said, it's a big responsibility as well, you know, especially, like, if you want to go on vacation, you can't obviously bring your cat with you,
Right.
you know? Like I said, it's one of those things where it's still responsibility. It doesn't matter if it's an animal. It doesn't matter if it's a child. It's still responsibility, and it's a life form that you yourself are, you know, responsible for. And I feel the same thing about people with a lot of plants. They worry about the same thing. You know, who's going to water my plants? Who's going to take care of my babies?
Oh, I told that to my wife when there was a time back, like, you know, before we had kids, when her and I had this fight, and she's like, maybe I should just leave. I'm like, you can't leave. All your plants will die, babe. It's just
I had a peace lily plant that I had left with a friend of mine when I went to China. It was a peace lily I got from my dad's funeral.
You say it right. You say it right. You say China.
China. And I said, whatever
they have the
you
best
do,
lilies.
Just keep this peace lily alive. And they let their cats fucking get into it.
Oh, dude.
They chewed it up?
Yeah.
You still friends with them?
Yeah.
You're very forgiving. Everybody see it? Law's is forgiving.
She has to be to put up with us, asshole.
Yeah.
I was so mad.
I get it. But
So I had this video that was on Facebook I saw the other day, and it was so funny because it said, I found the fastest way to piss off your friends with kids is to compare all your, basically, like, your cat's accomplishments to, like, when they're like, oh, listen to my kid's accomplishments, you're like, oh my god, my cat rolled over today, and it was the cutest thing ever.
I don't know. It's like I don't really brag a lot about, you know, my children and stuff like that. Because it's important to me, and I know for a fact it's not really important to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really bother people with that. Now, if it's something that's really great, then maybe you'll hear me say something about it. You know, like if I'm super, super like over the top. Like if my daughter was to come in and be like, Dad, I hustled this kid out of $50, I'd be like, hey, my daughter made $50 today, guys. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, let's talk about that for a second.
So, kids hustle.
My kids are little hustlers. Like they'll go down to the gas station and be like, hey, can we get $15 to go down to the gas station, you know, get some chips and drinks and shit? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. They come back from school the next day with $30. They're like, yeah, we sold all that shit we bought last night.
Look, man,
that scent fly I told you they bought.
Yeah.
They want to buy these little individual sized tester bottles online and fill them with these scents that they don't like and sell them to the kids at school. Like these little guys. I told you I got a phone call from my daughter's school one day. They're like, she's shooting dice.
Oh my
For fucking kids' milk money. Yeah, they're just shooting dice. They're fucking gambling, playing craps for fucking milk
devil's
money,
dice.
dude.
Jesus, dude. I'll tell you
I
one
like
thing.
kids. I just don't have a desire to.
And see, I can understand that because I feel the same way about animals.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
know.
saying?
I heard us the other night when we were playing fucking Baldur's Gate. You're like, come get your dog. It wasn't your dog. It was her dog.
No, it's not.
Come
it's-
get your
I
dog.
used to feel
I'm
that
like a
same way
scorned
about-
woman. Come get your kids.
Come
I
get
used to
you.
feel
Yeah,
that
right.
same way about animals too. Like I don't ever want to have a pet. I don't ever want to have to take care of something else. It kind of goes hand in hand with.
But
that.
you love Ollie.
I love Ollie to death.
Like, he's your boy.
Stupid. It's so stupid how much I love that cat.
Yeah. I didn't want a cat. And a year and a half ago, my kids bring one home with my wife. They went to some fucking whatever. They come home with a cat. And I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm the only one that feeds that cat, that fucking pets him, that loves him. He fucking cuddles up next to me. Like, that's my cat now. Fuck
You know,
y'all.
as much as I don't like this fucker, he likes me. I don't know, but hey, that's something.
Well, you're a good dude. Dogs know that shit. Animals
You know,
know that shit.
I'll tell you what it is, and it's not the fact. It's the responsibility part that gets me. Okay, I don't have a problem with animals. I'll tell you what it is. It's the fact that they need to be brushed. They need to be. Their hair needs to be cut. You know, it's another child.
But so do your kids.
But exactly, it's another child that I don't want to take care of. Like I'm good with the ones I got. I don't need no more.
So I know, Lozzie, you don't have kids, but Jacob, tell me, for as much as we're bitching about our kids, and we haven't even gotten to the real bitching yet. Like, God damn it, can you pick up that fucking thing on the floor that I've watched you step over 4 times? what are the best parts about having kids? Like for me, my daughter's doing a play. You know, she's going to be in a play and she's going to be doing shit and we're going to, you know, it's I take my kids fishing, you know, and they love it. You know what I mean? Those little moments that we have. What do you think? What are your favorite moments?
Man, you know, honestly, my favorite
When they're asleep?
moments- No. I mean, I could give the cheesy answer.
Right? They're great when they're fucking sleeping out.
I'll tell you what it is. To me, the moment that I find the most appreciative of my kids, man, is when I do something and they ask me, or they ask me what I'm doing, and I'm able to teach them something.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? I'm able to instill something into them, and that little bit of what I give them is going to carry with them for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You know, when I sit there and my daughter's doing her ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, you know, and I sit there and I say, "Good job, mama," and she gives me a high five.
Yes.
You know, like that stays with me, dude. It's gonna stay with her, you know. Like, okay, so I get this little thing, this little ritual, dude. I still do it to this day, you know what I'm saying? Where I'm driving randomly and I'll reach in the back and I'll do like this. And both of my daughters know the same thing. Give me 5, and once they give me 5, I'm like, dap it up. You know?
I hope that you're driving with your knees, homie.
No,
I know
you
only got one fucking
I
flipper.
I let Jesus take the wheel, baby.
I let Jesus take the wheel, Jesus Christ.
You know what I'm saying?
That was great.
But yeah, it's
You're an
things like
asshole. I
that,
love
man.
you.
It's things like that you know that I know they're gonna remember. Not right now. It's not really a big significant thing. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that one day, you know, they're driving. They're like, you know, they reach their back to their kids. You know, like, give me 5.
See, that's the thing with the Disneyland trip, right? That we took over the summer. They're not remembering it right now, but 20 years from now, when I'm fucking whatevers and doing whatever,
Wearing
they're
diapers,
gonna,
dude.
yeah,
Well,
they're gonna
already wear
remember
diapers,
that
you know
shit.
what I'm saying?
I don't mind cleaning my dad's ass because he took us to fucking Disneyland.
I'm not cleaning you. I'll
Yeah,
clean your
Mom.
ass, spicy.
Yeah, Mom.
I know
You
you
tell
would.
you
Baby.
tell you look.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you
Mom.
right now,
You
guys.
never took
I
us
don't
to
care.
Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's why I don't want to wipe your ass.
I'm gonna tell you guys right now. Look, when it gets to the point, I don't care if me and Spicy stop talking 10 years from now, whatever. You drag that old sack of shit. When I'm old as hell and senile, we put us in the same room together. All right.
It's true.
I want to be in the
Lozzie will be
same
our nurse.
nursing home.
Lozzie's going to be wiping our asses.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
thanks.
We love you, Lozzie.
Extra.
Thank you, ma'am.
I don't even want to wipe children's asses.
I'm ready. Huh.
So that's the other thing, right? Being a dad, were you ready to fucking start changing diapers and doing all the shit you had to do?
Oh, I don't do diapers, man. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. Now I will do diapers, and I have done diapers, but yeah, having one arm and holding legs up and trying to wipe asses does not work as good as you think it's going
You
to.
just gotta
That's
use
true,
your
that's true.
chin.
I used to just take them out back and put them on the floor, dude, and hose them down with the water hose.
Just get a super soaker.
You know,
Bless you, Loz.
Thank you.
Holy shit.
But yeah, no, like I said, but yeah, man, I like the fact that I'm able to open up a world for my kids, dude. And that world, I believe, for right now, as long as they're my kids and they're still under my wing, that world would never be as small as I make it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be
Yes,
as big
I
as
know
I
what you
make
mean.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I continue to instill that inside of them, that the world is bigger than me. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than what we can even fathom, what you can imagine. You know, the universe itself, and just how small we are. And if that doesn't, you know, instill you with the want to shine brighter than the rest, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want. I don't care. You know, I asked my 3-year-old. I said, "What do you want to be when you grow up, Daddy?" I said, "You know what I'm saying?" She says, "I said, you want to be a doctor?" She says, "No, Daddy." I said, let's see. I said, "What, you want to be a dentist?" He's like, "No, Daddy, I don't want to be that." I said, "You want to?" I said, "You want to? You want to help the dinosaurs?" She said, "Yeah, I want to help the dinosaurs."
I want to help the dinosaurs.
I was like, "Well, then, you know what I'm saying?"
She's going to be Indiana fucking Jones out
You
there.
know,
This
it might be a
belongs
little
in
too late to
museum.
help them, but you can, you know, you can tell their story.
Yeah.
But you know, like if that's what you want to be, you know, if I grow up and I grow older, dude, and one of my daughters is a paleontologist, you know, whatever, dude. Hey, I'm ecstatic. You know.
So my kid right now, my daughter Jillian, she, I picked her up today. We were in the studio. I was in the car. We all saw it. But what she shows me, she pulls out of her backpack this piece of paper. Let me show you what I'm doing in math. Now, this is her favorite subject. What? I am no mathematician, dude. I am not a fucking
I'm not
Fermi
a math
paradox
wizard either,
guy
dude.
on the
I'm
board
not
with the.
I'm not a math wizard either, dude.
No, I don't know the numbers.
I gotta check my
She's
bank account all the
So
time.
she's showing me stuff that's like algebra 2.
Who? I didn't even know there was a 1.
Right? And I told her, I was like, hey, man, this is the stuff that we didn't get to in high school. And she's in the 8th grade. She's like, yeah, no, we're already doing high school level math. I'm like, mind blown. Now, this is my wife's thing, right? Like, my wife is super smart with math. Me, I'm more of the outgoing guy, right? Like, I don't want to be around people. I don't want to fucking talk to people at the party. But I'm the first one to walk up and be like, hey, I'm Anson. Here's my hand. Shake it. You're going to fucking shake it. You're going to talk to me. We're going to have a good fucking night. You know what I mean? I'm that guy.
Yeah, very curious man. That's it. That's
Right. You have to be, because I don't want to be the asshole in the corner. It's like, oh, nobody talks to me.
We had to make up the lack of math somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But here's my daughter, and she's like, look at all the shit that I'm doing. I'm flabbergasted. I'm amazed at how much smarter they are than us. But now remember, dude, I didn't get the internet until I was a freshman in high school. I mean, that's when it came about to be like we had the AOL discs, and
we
doing
damn
whatever.
sure didn't use the internet for learning purposes.
Fuck no, dude. I watched
we learned.
Download one pixel at a time.
I already told you the joke, baby.
That's right.
Eyes, eyebrows, nose,
yep.
Done.
And dude, by the time you get a nipple, you're fucking spraying DNA all over your couch.
That's what anyway. I said done. Nose done.
He said nose was done.
Sometimes nose is floated. So good.
But here they are, dude, mastering the universe. You know, they've got like my daughter. She plays Roblox, and in this game that she plays called Bloxburg, she's out there building houses for people. And I asked her one day, I'm like, what do you want to do? What do you want to do with your life? Like, honestly, she goes, I want to be an architect. Like she built our house
with that
this
math,
fucking house that we live in, fucking 2-story, all the rooms, everything. She built this in fucking Roblox. She's like, here's our house. Show me. Now, here's the thing that I feel is paramount to being a good father. It doesn't matter what they do. They can come up with a scribble on a paper. If you're doing something, stop. Acknowledge them. Oh, that's awesome. Look what you did. That's fucking great. Good job. My daughter will come up with a story that she wrote. I'll be RPing in my fucking Red Dead Online. You know what I mean? Everything stops. Hey, guys, I'll be back in a minute. I'll read that from top to bottom, tell her how great it is, and she's positive about her work, and she moves on. Now, I don't think I cater to my kids too much. I try to make them work, but you have to acknowledge your children. I think that's a big thing that a lot of people don't do, is like guys like us who are greedy, right? Like, we're selfish. We don't want kids, but when they're here, we want to make them the best people we can be. And I don't know if that's me being a quote unquote good dad or just trying to be a quote unquote good dad. You know what I'm saying? There's two sides of that good dad thing. What do you think, guys?
I think you can't ignore your kids either. I mean, I think that there's a lot of people who do go and like play video games or do get online or do whatever they're doing and just kind of like hey, I'll get to you in a second. Like, I'm busy right now. Like, I knew somebody who did that with their kids, and it was just like, you need to pay attention to your kid. I mean, your kids run around half naked in their freaking living room or outside right now, and you
with the diaper sagging to the floor full of shit and all.
You have no eyes on your child right now. I don't even want kids, and I'm being a better parent to your child than you are. Like, go take care of your kid.
Yep.
I think that's another reason why I didn't have kids, is because I was tired of teaching parents how to be parents, and I just didn't want to do it I just didn't want to do it anymore. I didn't want to be a parent anymore.
But you were like my wife. You were a social worker, so your whole life is doing nothing but explaining to people how they fucked up being a parent.
Yeah.
So
and I don't even have kids, and people are like, well, you don't even have kids. I'm like, I have had more kids than you will ever have in your entire life.
See, now that's where I give it to my wife. I'm like, and I mean in a positive way, because I'll be like, well, fuck, I don't understand these goddamn kids. She takes the time, and she's a psychologist. She takes the time to sit and understand and learn and grow with them. Mm-hmm. Me, sometimes I feel like I fight it because I'd rather be their buddies, because I don't have a lot of friends. I got you guys, I got the people I play Red Dead with, and that's about it. You know what I
Be
mean?
their buddy and grow with them at the same time, though.
Well, that's the challenge as a father, is finding that limit. Because you guys have heard me screaming at my kids, I'm sure, knock it off when they're up there wrestling. I got twin boys. What are you gonna do? They're two 13-year-old boys almost. They're gonna wrestle around and be assholes. Me, I want it quiet. I want to relax. I don't want noise. But you have to learn to adjust, and that's my challenge.
Yeah.
Is learning how to be like, it's not about me wanting the quiet. It's about them exploring life at young kids. You know what I
will
mean?
tell you that there's nothing more awkward than playing a game with somebody who has kids and they're sitting there screaming and cussing out their children in the background. That's so awkward for people who have to listen to it.
I'm going to
First
tell
of
you
all,
this.
I'm gonna tell you
Hold,
now,
wait.
right now.
Let me interject real quick, and hold on to your thought. I was playing NBA 2K in the playground, like where you play against other people,
Yeah.
and we were playing. It was like 10 o'clock my time, so I'm sure this kid was like midnight, 1 o'clock, and all I heard over the mic was, "Are you playing that fucking game again? Ow, mom!" And then just silence.
That's so awkward.
And you know what? I'm like, ooh,
You
that
need
was
to
awesome.
Mute your shit.
I wish I would have fucking recorded that.
Now, granted, that kid had it coming. You out there playing 12 o'clock in the morning, and on
That's
school
what I'm
night.
saying.
Well, no, yeah.
We
but
all
mute-
did it. We
mute
all
it.
did it. We all
Mute-
did. You know what I'm saying? Snuck up.
Mute before you beat your children, please.
No, he was playing the game. The kid that got
There
beat
was a kid.
yeah.
Oh, the kid was.
The
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
got caught playing, and his mom beat his ass right there on the microphone. We all
Because
heard it.
I've done it. I played my game and I had the volume on like nothing. It was just zero, and all you hear is just the controller just.
But that's all it takes to wake a parent up.
Yeah, that's it, dude. Look. I'll tell you one thing about parents hearing. You know what I'm saying? Look, my mom, dude. I remember one time she would always come in here, turn it down. You know what I'm saying? We were watching TV, me and my little brother in the living room. Turn it down. It's loud. Okay, sorry, mom. We'll turn it down.
Mhm.
Y'all need to go to bed. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got the game up too loud. I can hear it all the way through. I can't go to sleep. So, I took it upon myself to buy me and my little brother some headphones. So we're sitting there watching a movie, dead silent. Mom comes in there. Hey, what's like? What? It's too loud. And I'm like, and my little brother's like, he looks at her. He's like, and we look at her like, what's too loud? And she's like, y'all need to go to bed. It's too late. I was like, what are you talking about? So take your own ass to bed.
I used to sneak up in the middle of the night to go play on the computer or to, watch HBO After Dark on a Saturday night. You know what I mean?
You trying to see through the static, bro?
No. We didn't have
Oh,
the Spice
you actually had the channels, man. I forget.
So
we grew up in two different households,
We
man.
did. No. We still had the Spice channel, which came in all blurry. And, like once every 35 minutes, you maybe saw half of a nipple. And you're like, ah.
We just got a whole bunch of Girl Gone Wild commercials.
Dude, those guys got so rich off of that shit. They have their own island.
Well, hopefully he's not connected to the other ones.
Oh, shit. I didn't think about that. But no, for us, it was like on HBO, they'd have Real Sex or Taxi Cab Confessions, And when you're a 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, or Red Shoe Diaries on Showtime, oh, my God, the hardest of softcore porn. You're just like, So, staying up late was a thing. Or to play my video games on America Online. I'd go in, I'd play, Neverwinter Nights, D&D, with a bunch of assholes in a chat room. And,
Jeez.
trying to... Now, these are back in the days when you turned your computer on and it went, boop, and that filled the whole house.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah, you try to connect to the internet, you better have your sound card disconnected for that shit.
Oh, no, dude. That shit was loud. Like I said, there was no internet in the night for us, dude. It was just, like I said, but we had our Nintendo 64 and stuff,
Do your kids do stuff like that?
Oh, yeah, dude. You know how many times I done busted in? I don't say bust in, but, I've checked on my daughter when she was asleep, and this is what I see. I'm like, and I just look, I'm like, go to bed or that phone's going to be mine.
Right.
And
Now,
she
so
put her
for
phone
me as a
up,
kid-
and then go to bed.
Because we didn't have the internet. For me, I'd put on my little headphones and listen to like the Wayne's World soundtrack and fall asleep to that. And that's when your dad walks in and sees the headphones on you. And he's like, what do you listen to? Nothing. Going to sleep. Good night.
Even if you weren't making no noise, you just sitting there listening to your headphones.
Just
and
sit
go
there
to
and
bed.
listen to it. But I got in trouble for everything.
Man, dude, I used to get in trouble for being sick and watching TV.
Me too.
Like,
Oh, you're home being sick?
can't walk,
My dad
your
used to
eyes
put his
don't
hand.
work.
My dad used to put his hand on the TV to feel if it was warm to see if I was watching TV during the day. Like, why? What do you think I'm going to do? I'm sitting here on the couch being sick watching fucking TV. So let me ask you that then. Because my father was very strict about like sick days, right? I had to be bleeding out of my eyeballs to get a sick day. Are you a little more lenient, Jacob? And I'm sorry, Lozzie, to
I'm
leave
a
you out
little-
of this, but we're just comparing the kids,
I'm a little too lenient, dude. I won't lie.
So I don't want to.
I don't let my cat go to school either when he's not feeling well. If he's just
Hawking
got,
up fur balls
diarrhea really bad, or he's just puking. I mean, I just tell him it's okay.
I'll tell you this, you know what I'm saying? And I'll say it low enough so my daughter doesn't hear me, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, it depends on how I feel, dude. If I haven't got no sleep yet, dude, I'm tired from work. You know what I'm saying? You catch me and you say, Dad, I don't feel good. And you know that I just went to bed a couple hours ago. Go back to bed because I'm going back to bed too.
I feel that, but for me, so my kids take the bus. They have to walk.
Oh no, see that's the thing. If my daughter took the bus, then yeah, damn right she'd be on the bus. You know, there would be no,
Right.
it's a different level. But the fact that I have to drive her, I have to get up and get dressed and drive her to school because her school does not have a bus route to my house.
Oh,
So
okay.
I drive her and pick her up every day. So it's like, once you know when you're in that good sleep.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? That good.
That was me
sleep
this
where it's just-
morning.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to wake up. Don't wake me up. I don't care if the house is on fire. Let me burn with this motherfucker inside.
So I told you about the accident we had, right? With the minivan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one where you wet the bed.
No.
Go ahead, dude.
I showed you the pictures where we wrecked the minivan going
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Disney.
yeah.
So they totaled it out. Well, right now we only have one car. So regardless of how I'm fucking feeling, fucking Monday through Thursday, I am up and I'm driving to work. I'm driving to a place to go take my wife to work.
You say a prison?
And, no. And you know what I mean? It's just, you get up, you got to go do your thing, and you come home, and I'm already awake, so I might as well finish the day, do the shit I got to do. I'm so happy that my kids have a bus route because I couldn't imagine doing that 6 days a week.
And you're just in, don't you have only a two-door car?
No, I got a 4-door. I got the Dodge Charger.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you had something else.
Mm-mm.
No, he just like, even though he has a 4-door, he likes to still throw the kids in the trunk.
I wish.
I
No, I
would
got a
too.
bowling ball in there right now that's rolling around that's killing the shit out of my wife every time it moves. She's like, is that the bowling ball? I'm like, yes. Shut up.
Why don't
You
you
have a
get a
bowling ball with
bag?
no bag?
No, it's in the bag, but it's still
Oh, it
moving
just
around. In the
tumbles
bag.
back and forth. You bowl, dude? You're a bowler?
I got a 234 average, motherfucker.
Who keeps
seems like a
who?
bowler.
Who's keeping track of this average? I want to know.
The computer at the bowling alley.
Oh, okay.
I got my own ball and shoes in my trunk. It's not like I don't bowl.
You have bowling
You
shoes?
spray them
Yeah,
and everything?
I got my
Oh yeah, he's a bowler.
yeah. I got
You-
thumb tape. I got a powder bag for resin, so my hands.
All right.
How do you
Fuck-
not?
the fuck
how
outta
do you?
here.
I would have guessed that before even like knowing him. I would have been like, yeah, that guy's a bowler. He's just that type.
Spicy looks like a bowler,
He looks like a bowler.
but I don't hang
Finest
around.
athletes in the world,
I'm gonna tell you
baby.
this. I don't hang around bowling lanes too much to know what bowlers look like. So I don't have.
Oh, they're
say so in
skeevy.
the-
Don't hang around them. The bowling lanes are skeevy. They're awful.
You know what they do in the back?
Yes, I do.
What in the back
never
of
been in the
bowling
back, but I know.
alleys?
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing? What are they doing in the back of bowling alleys?
On next week's show, I'll show you all the clip.
Jesus.
Actually, I won't be here next week because I've got to go to my daughter's play, and I don't have to. I want to. I want to see what she's doing. I want to see how it works. But this is what.
Tell her how terrible she is. You know, I used
No,
to
no,
act.
no.
I was an actor. You gotta let me know.
But this is what got me off on the topic of kids is because we have no choice but to be slaves to our kids. I am a taxi. My wife is a taxi on Saturdays when they want to go swimming.
See, how is that
At the
fun?
pool.
More true. Dude.
It's not that it's not fun. It's not fun. I mean, yes, it's always a chore to have to do the stuff, right? Or a task to do the stuff. But you find that on the way there or back, or when you're doing, like me and my daughter, I pick her up Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from play practice. And that's 5.5 minutes in the car. That's ours. We get to talk and I get to direct my attention specifically at her, find out what she needs in her world, what's going on with her, uninterrupted from her twin brothers who are always picking on her, a little younger than her. You know what I mean? I relish that time. It's like when I take my wife to work in the mornings. Yeah, she doesn't have a car right now, and I know it can be a little fussy at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, but nonetheless, that's our time. You know, the time we get to be together with no interruptions. Same with my daughter, and I appreciate those times. So I don't mind picking her up.
I'll tell you this, Laws. Just as from my point of view of what makes being a father, being a parent worth it, is that as somebody who is as creative as I am, somebody who has an overactive imagination, whose mind's constantly running at 1,000 times 1, who someone who likes to create things and whether it's stories or shows. My greatest masterpiece that will inevitably, you know,
Say it, baby. I know where you're going. Say it.
the biggest thing that I will ever produce in this world will be my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because everything that I have is going to be poured into them. Everything that I am, that I've learned, is going to be who they will be, a part of who they become. You know what I'm saying? It won't be everything, but it will be a piece of it. And if, and whatever life takes them, I'll know that I had a hand in that at some point.
Tell me that when they're in prison.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? In the end of the day, like I said, in the end of the day, you as a parent you can't sit there and say, oh, I washed my hands of that. No, you're still the parent. You know what I'm saying? You still had a hand in that. You know what I'm saying? Whether regardless, like I said, you don't want to sit there and admit it. I can understand that, because once you reach a certain age, you're your own person. True.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you saw your kid struggling, if you knew your kid was struggling, you know what I'm saying? And maybe there was some things you didn't teach him. Maybe you didn't teach him how to, make money the right way, the easy way. Maybe you didn't teach him the ins and out of investing. There's always a better way. Maybe you didn't teach them how to properly deal with their anger and their emotions because you were too hard of a stiff ass. You know what I'm saying? In the end of the day, you cannot walk away from your kids regardless of their age. You know what I'm saying? You have to take accountability of that. But like I said, because of that and knowing that, I know that my kids will never be great. You know what I'm saying? And I will
never be great?
Will be great.
Okay. I know my kids will never be great. Like,
no, I said it will inevitably be great.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
I think one of the biggest. Oh, sorry.
No, you good.
No. Lozzie, fill us in.
I was just gonna say, I think one of the biggest things, one of the more important things to being a parent is always showing your kid who you are, because I know there's a lot of parents who show their kids one version of themselves, and then somewhere else they're showing their kid, or they're showing everybody else a different version of themselves.
Hey, I wear my fucking heart on my sleeves for my kids. They know exactly what and who I am, but I'm proud of what and who I am. Yeah. And I'm proud of them, and I think that kind of makes a full circle. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Even with the whole drinking thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, now, do I get completely shit faced in front of my kids? No. You know what I'm saying? But does my daughter see me in the living room, propped up with a can of beer, plugging up the karaoke mic and singing some karaoke? You damn right, because Daddy likes singing karaoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? I think it's one of those things, and I will say this: I kind of wish that as a child, I kind of wish that I knew more of my parents and who they were. You know what I'm saying? I wish I wish my mom and my dad would have sat there and told me, their childhood and stuff like that, and what they grew up with and what they had to deal with, so that I could see them from a different perspective, not just from what I know, but knowing what I know and knowing what made them and who they are. You know what I'm saying? Maybe then I could understand them and how they come about. Some of the things that I feel like were traumatic for me, maybe I could then understand that a little bit better.
I've always said if my kids knew half of my real past, they'd plots. They just wouldn't get it.
I think that's one thing that I have always appreciated about like both of my parents. When my dad was alive, but also my mom, is the fact that they have shared stories with me. Like they, you know, they have shared stories with us, or like this happened to us when we were kids, or this is what I went through when I was a child, and things like that. And so it kind of does allow us to see, kind of see, like to learn from them and to like understand them a little bit better as well.
See, I
The
do
only
that now. Sorry,
Do you?
but I do that now with my kids. But my parents never did it to me.
Yeah.
It was always do what I tell you to do, or I'm gonna beat your ass. You know what I'm saying?
I
Did
mean,
you
it
ever
was
get
like that too,
But it was never
you
it was
know?
never I will sit there and explain to my daughter why I get angry the way I do. You know
I
what I'm
do
saying?
that. You
Or
have to.
why
You have to.
you know what I'm saying? Or why I don't comprehend emotion and compassion like on a different level as much as she would want
Well,
me
on
to.
their level, not on a
Yeah,
different level, just on their level.
on their level. You know what I'm saying?
But if you
Because
don't explain that, you're a piece of shit dad. You know what I mean?
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
the
And
eyes.
I sit there and I tell my daughter whether it's before or after, but it's most times, and majority of times it's after. You know the arguing and stuff. The more like, or I raise my voice, you know. But I explain. I take the time and I explain. I calm down. I explain what's going on, why I acted the way I like. One of my biggest pet peeves, dude. One of the biggest things that I'm trying to overcome now, and which is one of, to be honest with you guys and everybody out there, the viewers, that's been one of my biggest barriers, is getting my kids to be honest with me entirely. You know,
So
and
I
that's
don't.
and it's not just about honesty with just like, oh, Dad, I got in trouble at school. You know what I'm saying? That's not what
Okay,
I'm
so
talking about.
let's talk about that though, because that's an important part, right? So I've got a relationship with the kids where if something goes wrong, they will sit and talk to me. But because I don't blow up, my daughter told me the other day, she's like, I'm so happy that I have reasonable parents that understand that there's two sides to things. I'm like, this fucking kid, I didn't know she thought had deep thoughts like that. So when you do get mad at the kids or when something comes up, have you exploded over it? And that's why they don't want to talk to you? Because that's what I'm trying to avoid. I'd
So
rather they be open and honest, and I'm like, okay, let's fucking work this out, than me be a dick right off the bat. Like, you motherfucker, you know what I mean?
no, I never exploded. You know what I'm saying? My thing is always this though, but I do speak from a logical standpoint. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think with that comes misinterpretation of what I mean. I think at some point my daughter feels that I don't have her back because of the information that I give that is reciprocated. Like if for instance she come home and she tells me, Dad, my teacher, I got in trouble today. My teacher, blah 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 blah, and she'll tell me, but it wasn't my fault, Dad. And I'm like, okay, I understand it wasn't your fault, but we have to understand that your teacher sees it as this way.
Now that's how I talk to my kids, and
You know what I'm
there's
saying?
no. But so where does the fibbing come from? Where does
So
the
in the end
mistruth?
of the day, I'm trying to build her for a life and an understanding that no matter where you go, there will always be obstacles that are going to try to push you back, prevent you. And there's always going to be somebody who's going to tell you you're not doing it the right way. You know what I'm saying? You're not doing it good enough. I won't sugarcoat that for her because I know that the world is not going to sugarcoat that for her. You're going to be
Homie.
a time. There's going to be a time when you go to work and your boss says, "Hey, you didn't do this," and you say, "Yeah, I did." Your boss doesn't want to hear that. They say, "All right, you're getting rolled up," and you guess
Yep.
what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to take that write up,
Suck it up.
and that's what I try to prevent. And I understand that sometimes she looks at that like I'm not understanding of her, but that's not the thing. It's like I understand you, but at the same time, if for as long as that you are under somebody, you will always have to adhere to that other person.
It's true.
You know
But
what I'm
on the
saying?
other hand, bro, it's like I tell my kids, listen, here's the lesson for life. Familia es todo. Family is everything. When you walk out
Sorry.
that front door,
I'm glad you interpreted that because I didn't understand what the hell you were saying, dude.
Yeah,
I was like, was
fuck
that
you.
Like, what is
Portuguese?
it? Family is Fast and the Furious over here.
family is everything. So here's the deal. When you walk out that front door, ain't nobody in this world give a shit about you except for the fucking people under this goddamn roof, and that's it. That's it. So you have to go out there and make yourself who you need to be. That's the lesson I teach my kids now. For better or for worse, I don't know. I mean, what do we all know? There's no Dr. Spock wrote a book, The Joy of Parenting. Who the fuck knows what this guy knows? Well, he wasn't a dad. You know what I mean? So there's no instruction manual for it. It's tough as shit. I'm always second guessing myself. It's like one day my kid came down. I'm like, I wish you'd fucking pick up your shit. And he goes, I wish you'd stop drinking. I'm like, oh, what? Now, Do I get mad at him as a father? Of course not. I just sat back and I was like, why don't you go upstairs? And I had to internalize that. You know what I'm saying? So the kids speak the truth. And that's, I think, what really hurts the most is when they actually, because no adults in your life tell you no fucking truths.
No,
Your kids will always tell you the
right.
truth, and it sucks.
But I think you also have to take that with a grain of salt because kids don't understand what you're going through as a parent.
They don't. No, not yet.
They don't understand bills. They don't understand finances. They don't understand that, hey, I got to pull something out of retirement. You know what I'm saying? Because, this we got to pay this, this bill, whatever, mortgage. They don't understand that. But at the same time, it is your job as a parent to help them understand. Don't just sit there and say, oh, this grown folk business. Don't say that to your kids, okay? Explain to them.
How many times did you guys get told that? You'll understand when you're older.
Yeah.
Fucking tell me now. You don't know what I fucking understand.
I think
Help
it's
me,
people-
help me
I
understand.
think-
Sorry, Lowe's. What I'm saying?
You're right. Help
Go
me.
ahead.
Show me how to understand. Go ahead, Loz. Sorry.
I think that there is. I think parents need to be more transparent with their kids. 100%.
It's in the name.
But I-
Transparent.
But
yeah, but
do
there
kids
are
need to know?
some things.
But do kids need to know all the internal?
That's
little
what I'm
stuff?
saying.
No.
There are some things that I don't think kids need to know.
No, it's like I mean,
why are you going to make you worry about something that you don't need to worry about?
Right.
Well,
All I
will
want my
tell
kids
you
to know
this.
is that there's food tonight. It's going to be warm in the house when you wake up, and there's clean clothes for you to go to school.
No. I agree with that at some point, but I tell my kids about bills. I tell my kids about the rent. I tell my bills when I'm struggling. My bills when I'm struggling. I tell my kids when
I
I'm
know
struggling
what
with
you
the bills. Because I want them to understand just how real the real world is.
But I
what
don't
I'm
want to
saying?
put all of them on that at fucking
But
13.
she understands.
You're going to
this,
learn.
though.
I didn't learn that at 13. I learned that at 19, and it was a slap in the face, but it was there, and I learned it right.
But see,
So
the thing
maybe-
is this: is I don't put that on her shoulders.
But does
You know what I'm
telling
saying?
them that
Also-
put that? But does putting that? Does telling them that inadvertently put that on their shoulders? Now
But
they're worrying.
also, kids
But
aren't
see, the thing is
stupid. They're not dumb.
Yeah.
They know what's going on.
That's
a
Kids
fact.
know what's
Yeah,
going
so-
on. When you're struggling as a parent and you're doing whatever else, the kids know. We're not dumb. We know.
I'll tell you this before we
know
wrap
there's
this up,
problems.
guys, because we're already going over the mark.
Oh, we're already going.
But
Shit.
I will
Good
say
talk
this,
to you.
though, and I'll just to go off of what Law said right now about kids understanding. I'll tell you this: there was a point, there was a time when I was sitting there with my daughter, and my both my daughters in the car, and I hadn't got paid yet, so my bank account's kind of low,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, "Dad, I'm hungry." Well, I just picked them up from school. She said, "Dad, I'm hungry." I said, "Okay, what you want to eat?" She says, "Can we go to CC's Pizza?" She said, "Can we get some pizza?" I said, "Oh yeah." So you want some pizza?
CC's
Okay.
is pizza plus a
So
lot
she's like,
more.
"Oh, I want some pizza." I was like, "Okay, cool. Let me see it." So I pull up my phone. I'm checking my bank account.
It
I
ain't
pull
there.
up. I pull up the app. You know what I'm saying? I see how much I got, and I'm going through the app and I'm looking for deals. And I'm like, okay. And I look through the middle console. I got some change there, so I'm counting the change. And I don't realize that she's watching me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, all right, baby. I was like, yeah, we got enough. We can do it. I said, I got you. We got it. And I look over and she's crying. And I'm like, what's wrong? You know what I'm saying? You okay? And she's like, she's just crying. I'm like, baby, what's going on? You all right? You feeling okay? You okay? She's like, yeah. She's like, I'm okay. She's like, I'm just really happy you're my dad.
Enough to bring you to tears, dude.
Dude, at that point, I realized
I
that
got a
she
lump
was
in my throat right now, motherfucker.
At that point, I realized that she was watching me.
Yeah.
That she was watching me and all the things that I was doing to make sure that my daughter had pizza.
Bro, our washing machine broke not too long ago, and my wife and I are scrounging for quarters just to go to the laundromat to do some loads, get some towels and some clothes and some underwear. And I don't know if it was the boys or my daughter, I wish I remembered, came down with some quarters, and they said, will this help? They didn't even fucking know. I didn't know that they knew that we were dealing with that. And like, here's some quarters. Will this help? Dude, I almost fucking burst into tears. I'm like, what the fuck, man? You don't know what they know. These kids know everything these days. They're too smart for us, dude.
But I'm going to
And
tell
as
you
parents,
this.
that's a challenge. To
All
keep up
that,
with
dude, all that goes back to cycle to what you just said earlier. That family is everything. And nobody has your back more than the people under this roof, dude. And that's one of the things that parents need to understand, dude, that your kids can be there just as much as you are there for them.
Clip that, because that's important.
Kind of disagree.
Okay, so tell me why you disagree. Yeah. Please.
Because I think it's important to remind your kids too that they're going to have people that come into their life that are going to care just as much about them, if not more sometimes.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, some families are not as tight knit as most. You know what I'm saying? But I like
on average though.
And I'm not saying that on personal experience. I'm just saying that in general, as like I feel like it's important to remind your kids that family is not all they have.
No, but let me tell you this: if Ollie got lost, would you rather somebody else take care of him, or you take care of him the way you know how he needs?
If he got lost
or out there, and somebody picked up your cat and is taking care of him.
I mean, I wouldn't want that, but I mean, like, but at the same time, like, if it was a friend,
remember that plan.
Yeah, that's true.
Remember your orchids.
Yeah. No, but I understand what you're saying though, and you're absolutely 100% right.
You are. I do get it.
But I think in a literal sense, where we know where this family is, what we're talking about from a perspective where the family is tight knit as this. You know what I'm saying? Where it's genuine. This comes to play. But from what you're saying, yes, you're absolutely right, and exactly like we have a comment here that says family isn't always biological.
That's true.
I think that sits more with
that's
what
a fact.
You're saying, Laws. Because as you go through, and you inevitably will grow.
Well, you were saying under this house, so that's why.
Well, when you're a child, when you're young,
yeah,
when you're growing up, when your whole world is this house, when this is your home with your parents, family is everything. And even more to that point, if my kid was like, I fucking ran over some dude and he's in a ditch, I'm like, let's go bury the motherfucker.
The views it was going to come to at this point. At some point, it was going to come to this.
You knew it was. All right, I got to give this disclaimer. The views expressed on Phat and Spicy do not reflect.
No, I mean it's the same way. My mom and me have a plan. If anybody ever enters the house, she's going to give me a code word, and we're going to shoot the motherfucker, and then we're going to go take care of it.
Hold on. Wait, hold on. Let me ask this. What if you're on two separate places of the room? Like, is she going to scream it to you?
We have
teddy bear.
We have a code.
Just sitting there, the guy's sitting there like, put your hands up. And she's like, lemon pie.
So, it's funny you say lemon pie because she calls me lemon tree.
She does call you lemon tree.
Yeah.
So when I was bounty hunting, that was the word. It was teddy bear. And then it changed to ice cream once Demolition Man came out. But when we were going to go hands-on with somebody and take them to the ground, Marcus or I would yell out, ice cream. And that made me know that was our code word. That okay, he's going to go to the ground with this guy.
I think it's funny that people have code words because, like, it's like whoever you're against, like this person just said a random word. I should probably prepare for whatever.
But what does that random word mean if you don't know?
Makes me want to do a skit, a comedy skit with just a random weird ass fucking damn code word. Like, what's the code word? Pull his pants down. That's the code word. What? That means I'm going to arrest the guy. You're sitting there like, pull his pants down. What? The guy's like, wait. He's resisting.
All right, so let me bring this back around to the topic before we close out. All I wish my kids would do was like, follow, subscribe. Guys, if you guys see the buttons down there, click the thumbs up, click the follow, click the like, whatever it is. Can you put the QR up there for people to see real quick? We've got shows we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, TikTok. We're on Facebook, we're on TikTok, we're everywhere you guys want to be. There is our QR code if you guys feel like throwing us a couple of bucks, maybe buy me, Fatsy, and Lazy a couple of energy drinks so that we keep it up during the show. We'd really appreciate it. Anyway, got to do the business. You know me. Just a pint. I got to get the business out of the way. So that's all there is to it.
As always, guys, we appreciate you being here, guys. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, share your favorite part of the show. If you feel like Spicy needs to shut the fuck up, maybe you feel like I need to shut the fuck up.
What did I do?
You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to see Ollie. You know what I'm saying? Put it in the comment, guys.
Yes.
Put it in the comments, guys. We love you. Make sure that you let us know what you think. Maybe a topic you want us to talk about. Maybe you want to be a guest, guys. You can reach out to fatspicy@gmail.com, guys. Come on the show.
We have the best guests. We have the best show. Everybody loves the show. We love our show, don't we, people? Do we love that?
That's right. And as always, guys, I'm Phat.
I'm spicy.
I'm live.
That's Laws right there. Somewhere.
She's
Is it this
over
side or
there.
that side? I don't know.
Oh, wait,
Is it
over there. She's over there.
that side? And this is the Phat and Spicy Show.
Yeah.
Man, I
Dude.
don't want to go to that play.
Yeah, you do, dude. You want to see it. All the hot moms are going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
You could totally like get